I'm so happy to be with everybody today. Like Erin said, my name is Sarah. I'm with Internal Comms Pro. We're a collective that offers kind of the best of resources for internal communicators. We've got a great podcast, a great website with lots of free resources, so check us out. But I want to hop right into our first guest today, Edward. Edward Ford is the Senior Director for Talent, Brand, and Experience with Metadata Solutions. And he has an amazing session that he's going to take us through today on how to use Instagram to communicate and engage with employees. So Edward, I'm so happy that we're together today and going to rock this out for you to be our kickoff speaker.
I'm excited to be here today. Thank you for that great introduction, Sarah. This is a very unique presentation experience, but I'm really excited to do it. So definitely take some screenshots, throw it up on Twitter and all that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with my slides, and we'll go from there. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Edward Ford. I'm at Metadata Solutions, which I'll tell you a little bit about. And I'm really excited to just talk with you a little bit about what's going on inside of our walls, our virtual walls, as they may be at Metadata, and how we really try to emphasize the social and social distancing. So I'm a big sports fan. You don't need to be a sports fan to understand this analogy. Those of you who are sports fans, if you look at this picture, if you're a basketball fan, you know what this is. This is a picture from the 1997 NBA Finals. It was Game 5 in Utah. The Chicago Bulls were seeking to win their second championship in a row since Michael Jordan had returned from his retirement. Michael Jordan had flu-like symptoms. He was the best player on the team, as you may know. He had flu-like symptoms before the game. He played the game anyway. He ended up scoring 38 points, led his team to victory in what was an important Game 5 that gave them the lead in the series, and ultimately they went on to win the series. As I was preparing for this presentation, I thought of this game because it was an example of a person that had to come through in the clutch when they were not at their best, when they did not have their normal tools at their disposal, when they were not able to use all of their powers that they normally have, yet they were still able to deliver. I had taken some inspiration and really some motivation in this as we all get used to our new normal. We don't have our normal tools at our disposal. We're not in our offices. We can't call on many of the things that we normally have, yet we still need to deliver. We still need to deliver individually in our roles. We need to show up for our teams. We need to align and make sure that our organizations are delivering for our stakeholders, be they employees or be they external stakeholders. And so I wanted to use this image as that metaphor of when you can come through in the clutch, it becomes memorable. This game is been known as the flu game, and it is one of Michael Jordan's most memorable performances. And I think the piece that I also apply to this current situation is that employees are going to remember how we performed. We, as the representatives for our organization, how our organizations performed during this unprecedented time. And it's important that we come through. We need to find a way to execute and lead our teams to victory. So that kind of brings us to a little bit about what I want to share a little bit about what I do, and it ties into the execution that we did. So talent, brand, and experience. So what is that? Simply put, my role is to make sure that future metadations, we call our employees metadations, that future metadations know that metadata is a great place to grow their career, okay? I put that in really to two buckets. There's the content creation and distribution piece that we own. So how are we telling that story across many of the platforms and others that you see listed there? In addition to the content creation and distribution, we're also focused on enablement within our talent acquisition group, which is where I sit. So how do we find partnerships to really affect the top of the talent funnel? raising awareness of metadata, making sure that people know about metadata and that they're interested in metadata so that they hit that apply button, okay? So in that context, what is it that I really try to do? It's really about managing expectations. There's expectations when you're going to join a new company, and you have a reality once you get there. That gap between what you expect and the reality creates disappointment. So what I'm trying to really do is shrink that gap. I want to close that gap between expectations and reality. I want candidates to know exactly what it's like when they get what it's like in metadata so that they can make an educated decision, one, about whether our culture fits them, and two, when they do get here, they know exactly what to expect and they can assimilate and get on board as quickly as possible.